Good morning. This is Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Good morning and happy Wednesday to you. Hope everybody has had a great start to their week. Watched the powerful movie Oppenheimer last night, was very impressed. It was a bit of a longer movie, but it was impressive to watch. So without any further ado, let's get some impressive things happening in the market. First to the news. Cal-Maine, CALM, quarter four EPS $2.27 versus estimate $2.15. Hilton, HLT, quarter two EPS $1.63 versus $1.58. Robert Half, RHI, quarter two EPS $1 versus $1.14. Ouch. EQT Corporation, EQT, ticker symbol, quarter two EPS loss 17 cents versus estimated loss 25 cents. Matador Resources, MTDR, quarter two adjusted EPS $1.42 versus $1.31. Neighbors, NBR, quarter two EBITDA $235.023 million versus $236.03 million. Next, the oil field solution, NEX, quarter two adjusted EPS 68 cents versus 63 cents. And Weatherford, which is acting well this morning, quarter two adjusted EBITDA 291 million versus estimate 265.15 million. Onto financials, Visa, quarter three adjusted EPS $2.16 versus $2.12. Bank of California, BANC, and PacWest, PACW, announced transformational merger of $400 million equity raise from Warburg Pincus and Centerbridge. PacWest holders will receive 65.69 cents of a 0.6569 of a share of bank common stock for each share of PacWest common stock, which values PacWest at $9.60 a share. Chubb, CB, quarter two EPS $4.92 versus estimate of $4.41. CoStar Group, CSGP, quarter two EPS 31 cents versus estimate 30. Highwoods Property, HIW, quarter two FFO a share 94 cents versus estimate 94 cents, pretty flat. UMB Financial, UMBF, quarter two NII 225.6 million versus estimate of 243. Wells Fargo Board of Directors authorized a new common stock repurchase program of up to $30 billion and boosted its dividends by 5 cents to 35 cents a share per quarter. Cigna, CI, under pressure as federal lawsuit alleges that health insurance giant used a computer algorithm to automatically reject hundreds of thousands of patient claims without examining them individually as required by California law. Teladoc, TDOC, quarter two adjusted EBITDA, 72.155 million versus 64.57. Thermo Fisher, TMO, quarter two adjusted EPS $5.15 versus estimate $5.42. That's a big miss. United Health Services, UHS, quarter two adjusted EPS $2.53 versus $2.43. Industrials and Materials, Canadian National Rails, CNI, quarter two EPS $1.76 versus $1.82 in Canadian dollars. Crane Incorporated, CR, quarter two EPS $1.10 versus estimate of 93 cents. Kaiser Aluminum, KALU, quarter two EBITDA 64 million versus estimate 48.33 million. Rio Tinto cut its interim dividend to $1.77 from $2.67 prior after reporting its lowest first half underlying earnings in 3 years. It's not good. Alphabet, Google, GOOGL, quarter two EPS $1.44 versus estimate $1.34. Microsoft, Mr. Softy, MSFT ticker symbol, quarter four EPS 269 versus 229. Microsoft is under pressure due to their announcement. AI is going to be a slower gain on their revenues. Texas Instruments, TXN, quarter two EPS $1.87 versus estimate $1.76. Snap, SNAP, quarter two adjusted EPS loss of 2 cents versus estimate of 4 cents. And Dish Network jumps 12% after Bloomberg News reports that the company said it will start selling its premium wireless services on Amazon later this week. Manhattan Associates, MANH, quarter two EPS 88 cents versus 72 cents. Pros Handling, PRO, quarter two adjusted EPS 1 cent loss versus estimate of 6 cent loss. And finally, Tenable Holdings, TENB, quarter two adjusted EPS 22 cents versus estimate 13 cents. And it is moving largely on the market as well. So let's take a look at our screens. Go to our heat map. Microsoft, Mr. Softy, down over 4%. You can see tech is down. Interesting. When tech is down, healthcare seems to be mostly up. It's continuing that phase. Financials, a mixed bag. A couple of the big energy stocks are, I think, have reported and they're down. So that's kind of a mixed bag as well. And other screen, I don't see right at the moment. I'm going to pull it up. This is our annuity screen. You don't want to share the rigors of up and down of the marketplace, and you want to protect your money. This is the place to be. Once you step up, you do not come back down. As you can see on the indexes, pop up, stay up, and because of this, and the bonuses that they give you for investing in the annuity is about a 5% difference in the average annual growth. So that's that. If you have more questions about that, feel free to contact us. And let's go to our chart. The Microsoft, Mr. Softy, is pulling back to its 50-day moving average. First broke out here. So this is the first pullback to the 50-day moving average. In how to make money in stocks, they recommend a bounce off of the 50 is a good place to add if you have holdings. So just kind of leave that up to the individual investor. And so our screen was kind of frozen, so we reloaded it. And now we're taking a look at US dollar. Tried to pop up yesterday, pulled right back to its level, and it's pretty flat today. Take a look at gold. Gold is bouncing today off the dollar being flattered down. Silver as well, bouncing. And look at copper, pull back a little bit. I think FCX it had gapped up and pulled back a little bit, not too bad. Look at Southern Copper. It's continuing its move. So it's a look there. Our 10-year treasury yields are pulling back. They're filling the gap here. Remember, 80% of gaps fill, and then they go in sometimes in the opposite direction of where they had been trending. 20-year yield is now below it's in between its 200-day and 50-day moving average. The 1 to 3 year bond pricing pretty flat, not much movement there. Here's our volatility index, up slightly, not much movement, just holding at the 10 and 20-day declining averages. S&P 500 pulling back slightly. Let's take a look at the equal weight. Looks slightly better, not much, pretty flat there. The NASDAQ is pulling back slightly, about a 0.5% down. And their equal weight, pretty flat. IWM is up slightly. And Dow Jones, which has taken over the lead, is just pretty flat, not much movement, pretty tight closes there. Take a look at PacWest after their merger agreement. It's up slightly, was off quite a bit yesterday. Their EPS was down 78%. Earnings surprise was up actually 22%, but sold off pretty strong. And they're gapping up today on the news of that merger. Let's take a look at oil prices have been trending higher. Flat today, but you can see that they've made quite a big move. Energy is pretty flat today. Meta or Facebook has earnings after the bell today. This is gapping up on the news of Google news. Let's take a look at this one. Nice big gap up. A lot of money is flowing in here. Up 6%. You can see volume before the earnings was up pretty well. So they were expecting a good quarter. And it was kind of a mixed bag with Microsoft. As we looked at this yesterday, said this was a breakout out of a nothing. Wasn't a long enough consolidation period. Need at least 25 days. And so that's what happens. XBI. Still kind of trending down the biotech. Slight pullback in technology, pulling back to the 20-day moving average. Software. That we'd have a bigger move because of Microsoft, not too bad. Jets had a big pullback yesterday. Looks like it's bouncing a little bit today. Our industrials up slightly. They continue to lead the market. And building materials, a little bit of a pullback today. Mining and metals pulling back slightly as well. And our home builders pretty flat. What's leading the market today? There's some big money moving. Take a look, bring my screen up. Got a big move in Vicor, modular power component. Look at this, up 50%. Earnings on 58% change, 55% earnings surprise. A lot of money moving in there right now. We've got Tenable Holdings, cybersecurity platform in the Americas, jumping up about 9%. It's on the low of its gap up here. We had some knowledge of this. There was some early professional buying here. Earnings up 340%, 72% earnings surprise. In the oil and gas field, Weatherford continues to do well. It's up 3% today. Their earnings were up just under 1,000%, and that was a negative earnings surprise of 1%. But a lot of buying in Weatherford. We looked at Google, couple of stocks in China as they're trying to support their economy, up about 3%. PDD continues up a little over 2%. In the financials, Futu Holding up a little over 3%. Take a look. Kind of strong move right here on pretty strong volume. We have Hexcel, which had a big sell-off. It's trying to make it back, makes carbon fibers. Another stock that has pulled back quite a bit is trying to, this is one of the best of online brokerage companies, trying to make a move back. Pretty good price gain. We'll have to check back on volume a little later. And finally, another Chinese name, which has 5,200 stores in 80 countries. Looks like they had a breakout a couple of days ago on pretty huge volume. The earnings are in 38 days. This is something to put on your watch list. And let's go see where money is moving out of. Semiconductor Maxell drops about 19%. This is the largest volume since we had this base here. That doesn't look good for Maxell. Euronet gapping down 20%. you don't want to have these problems, that's why an annuity will work out in your favor. Never know when you wake up, things will be down 20%. B. Riley Financial, down about 4%. Sage, gapping down. They're down about 11.6%, huge volume. Earnings are still in 13 days. Developing drugs to treat life-threatening rare central nervous system. Wire, down about 4%. Huge volume. Silgan Holdings, another one. Their earnings come in a negative 24%, and look at this volume. It's not the largest ever, but it's large enough, 13.3%. Merit Medical Systems, down about 8%. Earnings came in at 11%, and not what people were looking for, even though the earnings are up 48% on an earnings surprise. Monroe, this shouldn't have been too much of a surprise that it's been trending down. And finally, RHI, Robert Half. It's in the news today. Earnings down 38%, 11%, 12% earnings surprise on the negative, and it's down 5.83%. It's trying to move back after its big gap down. So that's kind of our look at the markets today. Take a quick look at oil, some oil issues again. Halliburton, after its breakout over here, consolidating a little bit, and we'll just kind of see where that goes. Tidewater has got some tight action here. Noble remaining in a pretty tight level here. After its big move up, continue to watch that. This is some pretty good action if it remains in this tight action for the bid and the ask. Schlumberger, pretty good tight action. Earnings are up 44%. Take a look at a couple of the losers today. Not too bad. Exxon is just pulling back slightly. Chevron, yeah, remains in pretty tight area. So that's a look at our sector that looks to be performing well. We'll try to look at some industrials tomorrow, and I hope everybody has a great day. Go out there and keep working on your goals and enjoy the Wednesday. We'll catch you again tomorrow.